Do swear
do swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of this state, so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
so long as I continue a citizen thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, your name,
I, Justin Alfond,
do swear
do swear
that I will faithfully discharge,
that I will faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties incumbent on me as
the duties incumbent on me as
President of the Senate in the 126th Legislature of the State of Maine,
President of the Maine Senate of the 126th Legislature of the State of Maine,
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I was about to ask the Chairman at large for support for President Alfond from the podium, but he is already here. President of the Senate, President Alfond.
Two years from today, should we be privileged to meet here again, my hope is that we'll be here as friends. My hope is that we'll be thanking each other for sharing ideas, for working together, for putting Maine first. With that future in mind, I'm honored and privileged to serve as the 115th President of the State of Maine. With so many people to thank, deserving friends and colleagues, I'd like to begin with my family. My mom, Joan, my dad, Bill, my wife, Rachel, my loud son, Jacoby, who's the chamber, my in-laws, Dina and Jack, Ben. To all the families and friends able to join us today, your love and support sustain us. Your patience and sacrifice are constant inspirations. To my good friend, the Senator from Sagadahoc, Senator Goodall, I'm honored by your kind remarks and continued support. As Senator Goodall said, we entered this body together. We were teammates. We learned about this body together. And now I am very honored to be working with Senator Goodall to lead this body together. Thank you. To my dear friend, the good Senator from Cumberland, Senator a deep and an abiding love of the state of Maine. To the senator from Aroostook, Senator Jackson. Action Jackson is what we call it. Your experience in the legislature, coupled with your career in forestry, bring invaluable perspective to the Senate leadership team. To the good senator from Waldo, Senator Thibodeau. I know firsthand what it's like serving the minority. There are many challenges, but also many opportunities, and I look forward to serving you. To the good senator from Kennebec, Senator Cates. The mayor of Augusta. I mean, imagine, in this body, we have the past mayor of Augusta. Your 2 years on appropriations will guide our leadership team. I look forward to working with you. I'm honored that Governor LePage was here also this morning. Governor, we stand ready to work with you. Mainers need us to get back to work. I also wish to extend a warm welcome to all of our senators, both new and returning members. All of Maine is represented in this chamber. We have a carpenter, a doctor, a realtor, a firefighter, a logger, a mill worker. We have lawyers, business owners, and more. Together, we embody the best of the state of Maine. Finally, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge my predecessor, the Honorable Kevin Wren. It wasn't always easy serving in the minority, but under Kevin's leadership, he always made it equitable. He gave every point of view a fair chance to be heard. Senator Ray understands that a leader does more than stand by his party. A leader brings factions together and helps broker the compromise that makes law-making possible. For your accommodating perspective, Kevin, my sincere gratitude. There is a footnote to this thank you, by the way, that goes back a generation to a second grade classroom at Eastport Primary School. My mother, Joni, was a student in that class, and Kevin's mother, Frances, was her teacher. Frances loved teaching second grade, she told me, because that's when children learn to take off their own coats and boots. By now, we've also learned to roll up our sleeves. A community, somebody once said, is people who know the same stories. Just as Kevin and I share an unexpected link through our mothers, everyone here shares a reservoir of stories and memories that connect us to Maine. The flood of '87, the ice storm of '98, Seth Westcott and Joni Benoit winning gold, 10-year-old Samantha Smith, our ambassador of peace and goodwill to the Soviet Union. The leaves turning red in October of '04 with the Red Sox, on long last winning it all. Above and beyond personalities and politics, it's our love of this state that unites us and calls us to service. You know, some say Maine is a divided state, and there are those who want to divide us. Divide us by age, by gender, divide us by geography, or by how we make our living. Of course, there will always be those who define and divide us by what we believe and to what we belong. The polarizing voices, all too often the loudest in the room, that try to tell us whom to fear and whom to blame. Even as we meet here today, there are those on both sides spoiling for a fight and expecting the worst. A showdown in Augusta between the Blaine House and the legislature. You know what I say? Let's disappoint them. Let's show the people of Maine what can happen when we seek common ground. As we did when Governor LePage and then Representative Kane stood by women in the fight against domestic violence. Let's show the people of Maine what can happen when we listen to both sides of the argument and care about all sides of an issue, as we did last session when we adopted the standards-based education throughout Maine. Let's show the people of Maine what can happen when we work together, as with the many examples in this turbulent economy of workers and management coming together to keep the lights on and keep people working. Keeping the jobs we have, creating the jobs we need. No issue is more urgent than our economic security, and nowhere are Mainers relying on us more to work together. Our first order of business, rebuilding Maine's middle class by getting people back to work at good paying jobs with promising futures, more than a life lived from paycheck to paycheck. We have a mandate. Let's begin by developing a blueprint for job growth, region by region. We need to connect the dots between industry, education, and the future of small business in downtown Maine. We need to analyze current jobs to identify future jobs and teach the skills required to fill those jobs. Why should any Maine business ever have to look elsewhere for qualified workers? And why should any Mainer ever have to leave the state they love to find the job they want? By closing the education gap in our workforce, we put Maine business in a position to succeed. And by adding strength to strength, we put Maine government in a position to use all of our economic tools, research and development, bonding initiatives, partnerships with the private sector to optimize job growth in the 21st century. You see, economic security is not a partisan issue. We all pay bills, buy groceries, seek shelter in the storm. And as elected representatives, we share something else in common. In a state that's like one big, small town, we've all met with thousands of our constituents at their homes and at the market, here at the State House. And what do they tell us? They tell us they're tired of the gridlock, fed up with party politics. They tell us to reassess our priorities and to start by putting their interests first. Education, healthcare, energy, the economy. The issues haven't changed in 200 years. What changes is us. This 126th Maine State Senate and how we choose to interact. We won't always agree, but why let our differences divide us? An honest debate is the crux of democracy. It can only make us stronger. Labels, as Ed Muskie liked to say, are for jar jams. What matters is substance. So, as we take off our coats and roll up our sleeves, imagine looking back at this moment 2 years from now. What did we as a group accomplish? And whom did we serve? To the voices telling us we are destined to clash, I offer these words in reply. To quote John F. Kennedy, let geography make us neighbors. Let history make us friends. Let economics make us partners. Let necessity make us allies. Coming together today is a start. It's an invitation to listen, to collaborate, to ask the selfless questions. And it is a mandate to answer the call of public service by putting Maine and her people first. With that future in mind, let's get to work together. Thank you very much. Chair recognizes the Senator from Sagadahoc, Senator Goodall.
President, I request permission to speak on the record.
The Senator may proceed.
Mr. President, men and women of the Senate, this is a great day. This is the day that family and friends, the start of our journey, or the start of our job, to serve the people of Maine for the next 2 weeks. I rise today to speak for my Democratic colleagues on this side of the aisle. My hope is with common vision and common purpose for all 35 of us. One that we can share, we can understand the differences, and we can get things done. I have great confidence that we, along with my Republican counterpart, good Senator Thibodeau, and his assistant, good Senator Case, along with Senator Jackson, Senate President Alfond, we can get many accomplishments to help move the state forward in collaboration with the other bodies and the executive branch. The elections are behind us. It's no longer about who's winning and who's losing. It's about what is best for Maine. There are many examples that all of us have, near and dear to us, whether they're large or small, where we've been able to move the ball downfield during our time, whether it's serving in the legislature, on local council boards, selectmen, school board, or even nonprofit. Often what is the common thread is that people set aside their differences and are working together to carry out the mission. I know when I look across the aisle, I see new members that I had a great relationship with. Senator Alfond, Senator Saviello. And we dealt with very challenging issues. These issues are my story, our story, and natural resources. Where many people didn't think that we could accomplish, we managed to force. And we did. We all have these common threads. I think what is most important, though, is that we listen to the voters, we get to work, we understand that our focus must be on the economy, but at the same time, we must respect each other and really realize that this is a relationship-driven business. We are a family. Trust me, things will happen over the next 2 years, and none of us will have our vision or our country. It will be challenging, but we can do it together. And I am utmost confident in the leadership of Senate President Alfond, Senator Jackson, and the close working relationship that we will have with the leadership on the other side of it, Senator Thibodeau, Senator Case. We all 35 of us, can help make it move forward. I look forward to that job. I look forward to getting to work. And it's a true honor to be elected with all of you today. Thank you.
The chair is pleased to recognize in the back of the chamber the Doctor of the Day, Joel Case, DO from Lewiston. Dr. Case practices emergency medicine at Maine General Medical Center and is the past president of the Maine Osteopathic Association. Dr. Case is the guest today of the Senator from Androscoggin County, Senator Craven. Will Dr. Case please step forward and accept the greetings of the Senate?
Mr. President.
The chair recognizes the Senator from Walnut, Senator Thibodeau.
Mr. President, I request permission to address the Senate on the record.
The Senator may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, friends, colleagues, family members, lucky for us, there was an election on November 5th, and that's a distant memory. And we've been charged with the responsibility of doing the work of the people of the state of Maine. And although we may have very different backgrounds or different ideas as to how we accomplish that task, we've been charged with the task of working together. A task that each one of us, I'm sure, takes very, very seriously. And we know that because of the phenomenon that exists, where one party controls the third floor and the other party controls the second floor, we're dependent on one another to come up with the answers to the people of the state of Maine. So I look forward, and I know that the entire Republican caucus looks forward to working with our colleagues across the aisle to come up with these really tough and sometimes elusive solutions to the problems that this state faces. So with that, Mr. President, congratulations. We so look forward to working with you, Seth Goodall, and my good friend from Northern Maine, we really look forward to accomplishing the task at hand. So, thank you.
The chair recognizes in the rear of the chamber the Senator from Franklin, Senator-elect Saviello, who, by a long-standing tradition, has been absent from the chamber to stoke the State House furnaces. The chair will appoint the Senator from Sagadahoc, Senator Goodall, and the Senator from Kennebec, Senator LePage, to escort the Senator-elect from Franklin to the Governor's office to take and subscribe to the oaths of office necessary and required by the Constitution. The Senate will be at ease.